Welcome to From Me to We, where good people become great teams. Small shifts, big wins, and a culture built from the ground up.
Jake and I go to this landscaping company, and he's walking around like the mayor of Mulch City. He points to this piece of equipment, and I whisper, "Is that a proton pack?" Turns out it's a leaf blower. And not just any leaf blower, this thing was basically a jet engine strapped to a backpack. Jake does the calm, professional demo, nice little breeze, everybody nodding. Then he makes me try it. Let's just say, I didn't blow leaves, I blew everything. Jake's hat launched into a tree, a guy's ham sandwich blew out of his hand, and energy drinks flying everywhere. The crew leader looks at me, stone-faced, and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Hurricane Imani." And the truth is, as embarrassing as it was, everybody laughed, and in that moment I went from clueless outsider to part of the crew. That's what a laugh does. It gets everyone on the same page faster than any introduction Jake could have made for me.
You made that leaf blower look cooler than anybody in the crew. But you're so right, Imani. One laugh can flip the whole vibe. Sure, you blew Jim's ham sandwich out of his hand, but you broke the ice. That laugh made you one of them. Science actually backs this up. If your team gets a laugh in, your body fires off those endorphins, right? Less stress, more room in your brain to figure stuff out. Endorphins, stress goes down, suddenly everybody's not just less tense, they're actually better at the job. I've had crews that wouldn't say a word all morning, but then someone cracks up on a cookie break, and the rest of the day's way smoother.
That's it. Laughter literally shifts your nervous system, drops fight or flight. The brain's more open. What's that old line? Stress shrinks your solution space. With a laugh, suddenly you're seeing ways out you'd never spot with your teeth clenched. In a meeting, if there's tension, a light touch buys everyone a reset. I saw a crew leader break a super stressful morning spiral just by making fun of someone's busted-ass coffee thermos. Suddenly people were joking, and boom, they hit the deadline. Small thing, huge impact.
You know what's kind of ironic? We're sitting here all serious, talking about how you shouldn't be so serious, like this is the least funny way to explain being funny. But that's the point. It's not about being a stand-up comedian. Humor at work is more like a reset button. Stanford's researched it. Harvard Business Review's covered it. When you lighten a room, even for a second, you literally open up the brain to solve problems faster. Nobody wants another stiff meeting or awkward peer-to-peer conversation all the time. You want creativity, trust, connection. A little levity gets you there quicker than a 50-page handbook ever will.
I mean, it's like what we talked about in episode 3, with those small assists on teams. Humor's the psychological safety assist. Lets people open up, take a risk, ask for help, offer an idea. You get more ideas, more buy-in just from breaking that ice. It's underrated, honestly.
Plus, it buys focus. Attention is like currency now. The research is pretty clear. You've got 60 to 90 seconds to hook people in a huddle or meeting. If you land something light up front, just a genuine human moment, you've bought that focus window for the real message that matters.
Totally. So if anyone listening is thinking, I'm not funny, just know you don't need a polished 5-minute comedy set, a little warmth, a laugh in the right spot. You're building attention and trust and motivated team.
Let's get tactical. There's that matrix of humor styles from Rod Martin. He's the guy who basically mapped out how we use humor, good and bad. Affiliative and self-enhancing is where you want to play. Build bonds, lift yourself or the team, never at anyone's expense. That's the good stuff for culture and trust. Then there's aggressive or self-defeating. Think put-downs, sarcasm, or making yourself the constant butt of the joke. That's where trust erodes real fast.
People always think, if I'm joking, it's got to be at someone or something. But punching down? Nah. You want to lighten yourself or the situation, not someone else's workload or mistakes. For me, cracking a joke at my own expense once in a while means people relax, barriers drop. But if I go at someone else, even if I think they'll laugh, their shield goes up. You can feel it in the room. I started one shift saying, if White Monster was safety gear, we'd all be OSHA compliant by now. A chuckle, little smile, the crew got it, then just snapped into work mode.
It's also timing, nuance. There's this truth, pain, distance filter from improv. Shout out to the Second City folks. Your joke should reflect some truth, nod to a shared tension, but have enough distance to be safe. Like, is it too fresh, too close to home? Maybe skip it. My North Star. Your line should offer a hand, not a jab. That way you're including, not excluding. If it's just about sharing a real moment and letting folks laugh with you, you're in the clear. Kind of like how Jake accidentally locked the keys in the truck last week and had to call his mommy for help.
Yeah, Imani. Funny.
Too soon?
Ha, great example, guys. Here's a big one. Context matters. Humor that lands with your crew might not play in front of clients or execs, especially if it's personal or veers negative. You know what I'm talking about, Jake? Stick with the affiliative style. Aim to connect, not divide. If you ever wonder, would I say this on camera? Then maybe dial it back. It's all in the research, too. The high-performing teams use humor as glue, never as a wedge.
Miles might sound like a total geek right there, but that's actually my favorite part about the playbook. We're not saying never joke. We're saying aim for warmth, use a little self-awareness, and don't be afraid to connect before you give direction. When you do that, your team hears you, feels seen, and that's how you start lifting the room, not just lighting it. It's like crew Jake wouldn't go well with clients and client Jake wouldn't hit with the crew.
Agreed, and love the subtle Miles dig there, Amani. All right, toolbox time. If you want to get this rolling tomorrow, start simple. Kick off meetings by reflecting on something funny from the day before.
Field crews are some of the best at this. You'll see them grinding hard, but they know how to keep it light so they don't burn out. Sometimes the best move is just to say what everybody's already thinking and put a little levity on it. Like, it's 95 degrees, everybody's dragging, and someone fires off, "I think my sweat just broke a sweat." Heads nod, people chuckle, and suddenly the weight drops a bit. It's not about solving the heat in that moment. It's about naming what you're all feeling so nobody feels alone in it. That quick laugh reminds the crew we're all in the same boat. Suddenly, it's not just my struggle, it's our struggle. And that's what resets the room, lowers the stress, and gets everybody back to focusing on solutions.
Yeah, great teams already know this. Watch a sports team or, like you said, a construction crew. They joke, they bust chops, they laugh about the grind. Then they snap back and get the work done. That levity isn't wasted time, it's fuel. It drops the stress and pulls everybody tighter.
Lighten up so you can level up. That's how smart teams roll.
And if the joke bombs, own it, keep moving. Nobody cares. They'll remember the effort to connect, not the punchline. Miles, give us a joke for the listeners to try.
Sure, Mike Z says he's cutting back on swearing. That's like saying a freight train is cutting back on noise.
That little laugh, it's like loosening a tight muscle. You can actually move again. It's not goofing off, it's gearing up. The laugh clears the air so the work can land. Think of it as a pressure valve. Release a little steam and the whole engine runs stronger. And if you don't reset with levity, stress just piles up. But if you do, energy piles up. That's the difference.
Like Amani said, lighten up so you can level up. The smartest teams compete hard and laugh easy. That's how you get results that don't burn people out. See you all in the final chapter.
You've been listening to From Me to We. Remember, every great team starts with one brave choice.